Hey, it's Dorr with Tactical Hyve. In this week's Force on Force video, we're going to be doing a breakdown deep dive into our one-man CQB video we did with Myles a few weeks back. We basically set up a course of instruction where on the first floor, it's going to be as basic and easy on him as possible, but he's got to get in there and by himself clear the whole floor against multiple opponents. And we're just going to do a breakdown as far as what happened, what worked, what didn't work, what to change, what to keep, to hopefully set him up for success on the next one. Hey, this video is brought to us by Mark 7. Since this channel started, we do a lot of shooting and a lot of reloading. We've had a Mark 7 Revolution since the very beginning. Thing is an absolute beast. Check these guys out in the description below and use the coupon code TACHYVE for 10% off at checkout. Let's get to the video. All right, guys, so he's starting out. We've got him loading up secondary and then primary. He goes ahead, checks in, and now he's got to open the door for himself. He backs off away from the threshold, minimizing his signature, which is good. He gets a maximum look into the room from outside the room, clearing as much as he can. This is good. All right, then he enters in on the right side, puts his back up against the wall, stays in the corner. He checks under the first desk as best he could, and then he checks it behind the bar. Now, there is an open door back there in the corner, but it's out of play. That's where a cameraman is hiding, ready to follow him. So just training artificiality. Again, pops his own door, backs off, getting away from that fatal funnel. Go ahead, wraps. He's doing a little bit of peeking here. Not necessary because you're giving and then giving back clearance. But he's doing a good job. He's not periscoping or overexposing himself. And then he makes entry and backs up against the exterior wall. You know, anytime you're in a fight situation, you always want to have your back up against a wall. You know, a lot happening, so I'm gonna back it up. All right. Again, he reaches in, pops his own door, and then he backs up behind that section of wall to better protect himself. Instantly engages a tango. Okay. Doesn't rabbit forward, takes his time, checks off on the hallway as best he can before he goes forward. He's in no hurry. Good. All right. Now he is by himself. Being in a hallway is always, always bad, even when you have all your friends with you. So I definitely probably wouldn't stay in the hallway for very long. I would take my chances inside the single room. But, you know, that's okay. He's learning. All right, so he goes, checks behind the bed. He does not check under the bed. The Comet Commandos love to hit us up saying, check under the bed, check under the bed, check under the bed. It's not a real bed. It's actually made out of wood, 2x4s, 2x6s, etc. There's no way to get under it or inside of it. So he blew it off. There's a chair there, which means out of play, but he goes ahead, checks it off anyway, and proceeds down the hallway. Now he goes ahead and switches shoulders real quick. That's okay. Generally, if you are holding into harm's way on a threat, you don't want to be switching shoulders at that point. You want to do it from behind cover, but you know, that's okay. Pops the door, backs off. Okay. He knows that camera in the hallway means nobody's going to come up behind him. Again, training artificiality. But we got to do it. He comes in and engages into the closet. There is a well-dressed, rather dapper fellow, if I don't mind saying, in that closet, but he gets sucked into the guy he just shot, and he did not clear the entire closet. He has a weapon light that he did not use, but he covers that during the debrief. He went ahead and switched shoulders again. I would have done that inside the room. If you are frontline trace, if you are holding down on a prospective threat or in the area of where you perceive a threat to be, you need to stay on your trigger. But again, a small thing that he'll work on. All right, he's wrapping this next door. He is going a little fast. Okay, at this point, he just greased 2 people. He is speeding up, though he does not engage what ends up being a child, an unarmed child under this desk. He did not know this was going to happen, I swear to God. That's Tosh's son. We stuck him under there. We actually gave him an extra padded vest in case he did get lit up, but Myles PID'd and got him out of there safely. So that was kind of the highlight of the run for me. All right, popping the door once again. Does a little bit of bobbing here, a little bit of peeking. Again, switching shoulders. Okay, he decided to do it to minimize during the crossing the threshold. Okay, now he's periscoping a little bit here. You definitely don't want to do that. You want to stay back. You want to stay about 12 inches off your barricade or your threshold, so there's no telltale sign that you're there. So again, with the periscoping, not good, but again, a little thing, he's learning. He makes entry. Now, pause here. He made entry and he went left. Okay, what he should have done is he should have made entry and gone right. Why? Because he knows that to the right is the actual exterior skin of the structure. Okay, this is not reality. It's not meant to be reality. This is an exercise. This is a drill to work on points of performance. We told him that all of the players are internal on the first floor. He does not have to worry about someone walking up to the window and taking shots through it. Everything is internal. So had he gone to the right, he could have put his back up against that external wall, and that would have cut his area of threat down to a 180, at least for a moment. And that's what you're trying to do at all times, is you're trying to narrow down where the threats are so that you can deal with them accordingly. You don't want to get shot in the back. You don't want to get shot at all, but you can't cover yourself from behind. So it's all about angles, and it's all about checking off what you can and minimizing your exposure to threat. So that's kind of more of an advanced thing. I wouldn't expect him to know that at this point, but something we will definitely cover in the future. All right, so as you can see right here, he rabbits. He is crossing, he comes up underneath what is the stairwell, and he's clearing around it just like he would a threshold, like a doorway. But he gets going a little too fast. He runs into Tosh, and he does not suck back behind cover. He does not minimize himself. He actually continues out into the open, and that is a no-no. So now he knows Tosh is back here. He knows it's on. He's on threat. He knows he's in immediate danger. He does not switch shoulders. He holds what he's got. He's on his trigger. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. And he rabbits once again through the threshold, overexposing himself. Very common thing to do, especially starting out. A lot of adrenaline, heart's pounding. You're having a lot of fun. That's why there's a paintball industry. That's why there's an airsoft industry. This stuff is actually a lot of fun, but it does get your heart rate going, and you've got to have those reps and that understanding of how to minimize yourself when taking fire. All right, so now the run's over. You know, those guys are critiquing. If you haven't seen the video or you need to watch it again, go ahead and do so. The big takeaways, you know, are it's more interesting, I think, to see Myles doing this than someone that did this for a living for years and years and years, because his experience level in this is going to be far, far closer to the viewer, to, you know, you guys that are watching. And if we can just pick apart some of the little things that he did a lot of things right. He obviously does have training, but again, this is one-man CQB, and he did not get a one-man specific method to do any of this, because there really isn't one, which is why I wanted to do this video, and we'll do more of these in the future. So please, you know, hit me up in the comments, tell me what you think, go back, watch the other video. It's definitely going to be training artificialities and, you know, the little things that, you know, are going to go wrong, little things that are, you know, less than perfect, but that's okay, because these are real house runs. You know, we do only have so many cameras, and, you know, obviously we need to get the shots to make sure you're seeing what we need to see. But honestly, man, like, we set these scenarios up. Myles is waiting outside. I go outside, I ask him if he has any questions or any concerns or he needs anything. He always says no, and he just goes right in and does the best he can. So hope you liked it. Hope you liked the breakdown. We'll be doing more of these, and I'll catch you guys next time.